Okay. Um, Hello to everyone. Anyone who's watching this, hello, and good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good every time that where you are. And I am here to present to you this second part of how would I call it, our mentorship. And the objective of this second mentorship session is that I want to show you guys how to go through the Erasmus Mundus catalog. It is very important and it will help you a lot on how to get yourself started with the application to have a clear understanding of how you will move around and how you will go about applying for this scholarship. Or first of all, even understanding the websites, understanding what the program is all about, understanding what you will be going through, and then uh, possibly apply uh, in the right way. Because if you don't apply in the right way, your application will not even be considered. And so, I would like to say this first and foremost. Um, your entire application relies on this aspect, on being able to navigate the websites, being able to understand what the program is telling you that you are doing, because it is very paramount to respect the information and the guidelines that have been given. Respect the requirements that they want from you before you apply. Because if you apply the wrong way, you will not be considered for even admission. Your application will not even be reviewed because you haven't respected the guidelines and respected the procedures that they have given you. So you will be automatically disqualified. So my name is Bongi Belin and Berinye. For those who do not know me yet, I know there are new people. So I have a bachelor's of engineering in civil and environmental engineering, and I'm currently doing a master of science in an Erasmus Mundus program in international environmental technology and engineering. So, to begin with, uh, in this session, we will be looking at how to navigate the Erasmus Mundus catalog, what information is relevant to you at this preparatory stage, and what to do next. Yes, first things first, why this mentorship? I will always repeat this. I am only here trying to empower the youth, Cameroon youth, for academic and professional as excellence. I am just here as a guide, trying to guide you through your application because I understand how complicated it can be to apply for this scholarship. And the most important thing that I will always mention in all sessions that I will be doing or organizing, I will always mention this. I am not guaranteeing anybody any successful application. I am not saying that you will pay me anyway. The ball is totally on your court, not mine. Your application for this program is your decision. My own decision here is only to help you understand what you are going to be doing, how you should go about obtaining a particular document, or how you should go about looking at something in a particular direction. Because I have applied for it and I understand how it goes. So I am not guaranteeing anybody any success. You shouldn't, uh, at the end of the application, if you're not successful, no problem. It was a good journey. Tell yourself it was a good journey. You've learned from it, and you should have the enthusiasm, the zeal to try again next year. So, with that being said, um, what is the EMGM scholarship timeline? I only want to emphasize this. I already mentioned this in the first meeting. So, I'm doing this because many people have been writing me telling me, oh, they want to apply now. But I have already said, you've watched. That's the first thing I tell you to do. Watch the video carefully. Get the information uh, that is that you have to understand right now. The timeline, the Erasmus Mundus application timeline is as follows. Every October or November of each year, that is when the very first program opens. Yes, some programs may open in September. Yes, but that's not in the majority of cases. Most of the programs begin in October. Because the academic year in any Erasmus Mundus program begins in September, each most programs prefer to start to open the applications for the next academic year in October. Yes, because that's when they have the main work begins. The program, the previous program has already started. The previous people who applied the previous year has already started, and that is when the applications usually begin. I'm not saying that all the programs will open the application portal in October. I am saying most of them will do. Some may open it in November, some may open in December, some may open in January, and some may even open in January or February or in March. Yes. And sometimes most of them will give you maybe a 1 month, 2 month, or even a 3 months application timeline. That is from the date it opens, that is the application uh, starting, and the deadline of the application. The timeline can vary between 1 month and 3 months, or sometimes even 4 months. Yes. So the next thing is that what most of the results of the scholarship, of the admission and scholarship, will be given in March or April, or even sometimes in May. Admission is different from scholarship. What the program does is that what when you apply, you are first of all applying to a program for admission. You cannot get a scholarship without getting any admission. You first of all get the admission, and then your application goes to the next phase of being selected for an award of a scholarship. The next thing is that when the results come out, you are given a certain time to accept or to reject the offer, if you are given a scholarship or not. If you are given an admission, you might be given the option either for a reduced tuition fee or a, a, or a tuition free scholarship, and you are required to either accept the offer or to decline the offer. And when you do that, when you accept the offer, you are given an admission letter that permits you now to begin your process of visa application for to begin the process of visa application for the first country where you're going to. And then after that, some of the programs, when after you've applied for your visa, when you've gotten your visa, the the first year of your master's Erasmus masters will begin in September or October of the following year, which in this case is 2026. So I already presented this, but since this is the heart of today's session, we want to look at what is the Erasmus Mundus scholarship catalog. Let's go there. And all programs under the Erasmus Mundus are listed here, and as of present, there are about 214 programs. So, again, I mentioned this the documents required for admission: curriculum, CV, bachelor certificate, minimum of 3 years, motivation letter, two recommendation letters, and English proficiency, and then a certificate of residence. So, this is where it gets interesting. This is the heart of today's meeting. So, if you've not been attentive, which I suppose you have been, what I want to do in this meeting is show you how to navigate the program, and we will look at what information is valuable to you at this very moment of preparation, how to go to the program websites, how to interpret the information, and many more. So for that, I am going to do that personally for you to see how it's been done. So I will stop sharing for this part, and I will uh, open up this other page. Uh, okay, so when you open up the Erasmus catalog, this is what you see. This is the first thing you see, and you should read throughout this information. Yes, just read through it to know at least what you are going in for. Understand what you're going in. So the first thing you go to the Erasmus Mundus catalog is to do this. There is what they call the keyword section, and you are required to just write in something that is related, a keyword that is related to your program. For example, you went through. I will take maybe one program for each of the sections of the WhatsApp community, beginning with the civil engineering background or something. So, first thing I will write here is civil engineering, right? I write here civil engineering. As you can see, I've already been writing most of these things, so it recognizes what I've been writing. Civil engineering. Some of the programs that they will list here are not really related to civil engineering, but they are. Most of them are in some way related. So, okay, you will see some of these uh, programs that pop up, and some of the line and other line that will show up. So, what you do, for example, let me take this program, for example, International Masters in Risk Assessment and Management of Civil Infrastructures. Um, I would suggest that everyone should go to you go to this video step second by second, minute by minute, because it is very important. You will understand a lot. Yes, don't skip a part because it's not a program that is related to you. I'm not teaching you what is in the program. I'm teaching you how to go through uh, the websites, not what is in the program. So the first thing you open, you will see the home page. You will always land on the home page of the website, and this home page gives you information of what the program is all about, how many ECTS you will be going through, what credits will the program will give you, and so on and so forth. Yes, just a basic introduction to the program. So, what information is valuable to you at this point? The first thing you need to look at in this for each program is not actually the homepage, because there is what they call the funding, the availability of funds for each program for each Erasmus Mundus academic period, which is two years. For most programs, 2 years. For some programs, you will hear 1 month, one year. So the first thing to do is that you go back, is that you as you land on the Erasmus catalog and you look at and you want to look at a program that somehow interests you in some way, the first thing you look at is to look at this link, the link that is just below the name of the program. You click on it. What this link takes you to is looking at the project that has been uh, what amount of the information about the project of this program. So the Erasmus Plus, which is the Erasmus uh, uh, to- general name of education and mobility in in Europe. The Erasmus Plus has an action that is called the Erasmus Mundus action. And each Erasmus Mundus action program has a certain limit or a certain limited time where funding has been allocated for. So for this program, in no risk, the International Masters in Risk Assessment and Management of Civil Infrastructures, the funding has been made available from November 2023, the 1st of November 2023, to the 31st of December 2029. We are presently in 2026. So if this program is a 2 years program, which you can see uh, from the homepage of the program, you will know that it's a 2 years program. Now, if you count 2 years back from the end date of the funding available for the program, which is in this case is 2029, 2 years behind is 2027. It means, what does that mean? It means that the last year which this program will be able to open a call for applicants to apply will be in 2027. That's the first information you need to know. Why? Why do I say so? Because there are programs might still, which you may see here 2027. You may see that the end date is in 2027. But if you count 2 years back, it is 2025. And the application for 2025 has already passed. So they will not be giving any funding. There will be no funding available to get in more students to begin the year, to begin the academic year in 2026, because there is no funding for 2026 to end in 2027. Let me take an example of such a program. From my head, I know that there are many other programs already that fall in this category. So most of the programs in the social science, some of them are available, some are not. Okay, let me go to um, okay, let me go to this program, for example. So somehow, most of the programs, uh, when you type in a keyword, the programs will align itself based on the criteria that there is funding for the program, there is funding available for the program. So most of the programs that you see at the top, they might have funding, but the ones right at the bottom may not have the funding. So that's what I was able to discover. For example, let's go to this program. Great. You see here that the end date is 31st of August 2026. 2 years back, that will be 2024. So it means that the last year which there was a call for application was for the academic year 2024 to 2026, because if the masters is 2 years, then is a 2 years program, then the last year that was given for it was 2024, and meaning that there will be no call for application in 2025, because if you start in 2025, you will have to end the program in 2027. But for the academic year 2026 2027, there is no funding available for that. So the program cannot start even in 2025. I hope I have made myself ample clear. I hope so. Okay. Um, so, um, what I will do now is to go to the website. What I want to do now is I want to stop sharing for the moment a little bit, and I want to open a window. Mm, cannot see it here. Okay, let me share my entire screen at the moment. I hope you can see. Now, I want to share with you this Excel sheet that I was able to make um, last year and that I have tried to ameliorate even much better this year. Um, this is an Excel sheet that I made that is, I have screened most of the programs from the Erasmus Mundus catalog according to the degree, according to each degree. So, for example, in this first sheet, you have civil engineering and environmental science related programs. As you can see them, there are so many of them, up to 15, and I'm not even sure that's all about about them. So, yes, I have them. So, what have I done? And this is what I require from you for you to do. I will not send you this Excel sheet. No, I will not send you this Excel sheet. Why? If I send you this Excel sheet, it will be some kind of uh, it will be like I'm encouraging you to be somehow lazy, which I don't believe you are, of course. But I want you to be able to bring out an Excel sheet like this for the programs you are interested in applying for. As as I earlier said, it is for the programs. I have done it for myself because I am going to be mentoring many mentoring you guys, and I am going to be following up you guys. But and so it's important that I have it. But I will not share it with you. If you want to go to prepare yours, uh, come back to this video, look at how I've prepared mine, and then prepare yours. This is not the best way you could prepare it. I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm simply saying that you can use it as a guide. For example, what did I do? I have the program name, I have the application format. What is the application format? The application format here means um, you will be when I write here online, it means I will be submitting that any applicant will be submitting their applications online. And if I write online with interview, it means that the application format of the program will be both online and at a certain period of time. I am expecting that if I succeed, the first application time, the first phase of the application uh, review by the committee, by the admission committee, if I succeed that first period, I will be called for admission. I will show you how to look for this information. Don't worry. The next thing is the motivation format, letter of motivation. What has the program told me that I should do so far as my motivation letter is concerned? How will I submit it? And they will check these criteria. For example, this program has said that what you write a motivation format following a 500 word limit essay. The total number of words is 500 words. So, if you go above 500, you will not your motivation letter will completely be disregarded, and you will score a zero for probably a zero for that. So be careful. Another way they will ask for it is that you will be given a character limit between, for example, the no risk program gives here between 1,500 and 5,000 characters, spaces included. They will tell you either spaces included or not. So if they say spaces included, means in fact characters here mean that if you go to your Word document as you are typing characters. So even a space is a character, a comma is a character, A full stop is a character. Anything you do is a character. Anything that takes space is a character. Even the space is a character. So there is a way to count your number of words or number of letters or characters with space or without space in your Word document. It's easy to find. Just type on Google how to or YouTube how to get the number of characters. You will see it there. Very, very easy. Then the next aspect, and there are various ways that they will ask for the motivation letter. Right now, the video is not about how to write your motivation letters, but there will be time for that. So the next information that you look at is the information about the start of the application. When does the program say that these applications will begin? So they will always put the information there. You will look at it. Sometimes it's January, sometimes it's in November, sometimes December, October, and so on and so forth. The next information is about the reference letter. What special criteria have they given about your reference letter? For the civil engineering program, I haven't filled it. I haven't filled it yet, but I will do it for myself, not for you, as I've already mentioned. For example, if I go to the medical field, for example, the reference letter here says, for example, for this program, International Master in Innovative Medicine, I mean, it says, use the suggested template. So the reference letter here, the committee has decided that they will give out a template for the motivation, for the reference letter to be followed. So if you do not use this template for the reference letter, your application will not even be considered. It will be automatically disqualified. As simple as that. So you should understand that some programs will have applications like 500, 600, even close, even more than 1,000 applicants for some programs. So you should be careful that you understand the guidelines and follow them to the letter so that you don't get disqualified. So there are many applicants, and so if yours is disqualified, it's simply because it was not following the guidelines. Next information is about the CV format. Okay, for the civil engineering program as well, I haven't filled it, but for this one, for example, in the medical field, you have the CV format. Some programs will tell you they want explicit the Europass format. Some will tell you Europass that any format is acceptable, like this one, and some may tell you that okay, any format is acceptable, but we recommend you to use the Europass format. Again, right now it's not the video for you for CV. The video for CV will probably come after this session, so stay tuned with that. The next information is about the English proficiency certificate. The English proficiency certificate, the program will always tell you which one, uh, which program, which type of certificate to provide, and I will show you how to look for that in the program website. But for now, the question, the answer is this. Um, some when I write here IELTS only, it means I'm not saying that they only require the IELTS. No, um, the I suggest IELTS always because to me the IELTS is probably the most. Um, I won't say the most. I won't say the easiest one to write, but I would say it's very convenient. It's very good. I would say both in training for academic purposes or for general purposes or for even just for yourself to learn some English. Yes. And then when I write here, IELTS / university proficiency, what I mean here is that this program allows you to submit an IELTS certificate if you have it, or They allow you to submit a proficiency, an English proficiency certificate issued by your university, attesting of the fact that your bachelor's degree was held entirely in English. That is, for the entire duration of your program, it was done entirely in English. So the next aspect is the status. The status here is simply telling you whether the program is open or whether the program is closed already, depending on the application deadline. So once the deadline has passed, you can go back to your Excel sheet and say, okay, this program is closed. Yes, so that you know which program is closed and which program is open for easy tracking. And when you do that, you can even put your cells red or put them or you put them green to say that okay, this is still open, this is still closed, this is closed. So just a small parenthesis. Next, the next information is the last information for me is the possible obtainable scholarship. So as I presented already in the first meeting, you have the possibility to be awarded three uh, different kinds of scholarship, independent. So you can be given the Erasmus full scholarship, which I've presented already, or you can be given a tuition-free scholarship, or you can be awarded an Erasmus with reduced tuition fee scholarship. So in this program, when I write in this program that you can have only EMJMD full scholarship, Erasmus full scholarship, I simply mean that there is no other possibility of having a scholarship for this program. You can it's it's either you are full scholarship or you offer to pay for all the expenses, including the tuition fee. Yes, just a moment, please. Okay. Next, I have written in some other places. I've written Erasmus Mundus full scholarship or UFA scholarship. That's you may be given the full scholarship, but then you could also be given a consortium scholarship. I think the right word here is a consortium scholarship. Consortium meaning that um, because the Erasmus is held between different universities, it is possible that what some of the universities decide to bring up funds by themselves to support candidates to fund for their studies, which is a good thing. They could do that on the basis of tuition fee. They could do that on the basis of living expenses to cover your living expenses. Anyone is still good. So the same thing. You see, this program offers full scholarship and tuition free scholarship. This program offers full scholarship and tuition free scholarship, and then other grants. The other grants there are for you to it helps you to cover for expenses. They could give you some 500 euros per month as support for your monthly upkeep and so on. So some programs have the privilege to do that, some do not have. So with that being said, let's dive in now to the main issue, the in the website. Okay. Mm, so I was on this program. So the link that you click for each program, the information for each program is found in the link that is embedded on the name of the program, not the name below, not the link below. The link below simply shows you the information about the project because each program here is a project. So project overview, as you see, is this project overview, as you see, is this gives you information about the project, how the availability of funding, the number of years, and so on and so forth, who is funding it, and so on. So if you get in here, we have. So as I already mentioned, the first, as you just click, you fall on the home page of the program. This is the home page. Next, the information that you want to know, first thing that you want to know at this preparatory stage is to know, first of all, if you are eligible for this program. And where do you do that? Is in the when you see about application information. Sometimes you will see different words, but in general, it will always be between application or admission requirements and so on and so forth. Okay, as you can see already, this is so you have to read throughout all these aspects. Now you go admission requirements. Okay, as you can see, this is information about application deadline, notification of the ranked pre-selected student for the interview. So, as you already read um, that there will be an interview, you can go to your Excel sheet and then mention there online with interview. Okay, then um, okay, the first call and second call here is about um, uh, just read through and you will understand why they are doing the first call. Usually, the first call will be for those who are applying for the full scholarship. Yes, for the full scholarship and even also for any other scholarship. So, but in general, when you apply for the for the first call for the full scholarship, and that you are not successful, you can they will tell you, okay, will you want your application to be shifted forward for the uh, next scholarship type, like maybe the self-funded, the yes, the self-funded, or the scholarship with reduced fee, or the scholarship with free tuition, the free, the tuition-free scholarship. Yeah. So that's how it looks like usually. Okay. Now you fall on the admission requirements. The admission requirements will tell you who is allowed to apply, who is allowed to apply, what documents you should submit for application, and so on and so forth. This is it. Letter of motivation between this, and this. Characters, spaces included. Detailed curriculum detail, European format, Europass, everything. English proficiency certificate, certificate of relevant work experience. Two recommendation letters sent by application directly to the application portal. Good. This is also an important part. You need to know that sometimes they will tell you that the recommendation letters have to be sent directly by your referees, by the person recommending you. So he will be the one to send. Probably you will be the one to input his the referee's details in your application form, which we will see when time comes. And then the system will automatically send him an email to so that he can uh, upload the recommendation letter on your behalf. They do this because they do not want you to upload. It's possible that the student writes his own um, admission letter or the recommendation letter without the consent of someone else, and then he signs it and sends it. How do they know that he is not that it wasn't the case? So that's one point. Then the proof of residence, as you see, special educational needs. If you are uh, a special needs student, that is maybe you have uh, a disability. Yes, you need to get uh, the the consent of your doctor. He is the one who has to provide a medical report, signs it, and then stamps it, and then you upload it to your. So if you have any disability, any of you has any disability of any form, it doesn't stop you from applying. You can confidently apply, knowing that you will be taken care of accordingly. Yeah. So um, language. This is where they give information about language. Um, okay. So these websites, you need to go through every single detail. You do not skip any detail. You do not skip any detail. So um, each aspect here is very important. Each aspect is very important. For most of you that sometimes some people tell me that okay, Lyndon, I don't see where this program links up with me. I don't just by reading the name of the program, they already conclude that they do not see the link within their program. No, what you need to do is read the objective of the program, read the program structure. For example, when I come to this program structure for this program, for example, what I see here is that they have explained to you how everything is going to be done. They have even showing you what the program is going to entail. They will always put you all the details of the program, what each semester will entail, and how they are going to do it. That those are all the courses that you study. Most of them even have the names of the professor who will be teaching you that particular course. And then the mobility tracks, that is the mobility, how the programs will go to. Uh, they already tell you that okay, by this year we have um, different tracks to study and everything and all the like. So look at every information to understand what the program is all about. The next thing here is that we want to look at is the scholarships. This is where you get the information if you have the possibility of being awarded an Erasmus tuition-free scholarship or not, or any other form of scholarship, or if there are any other possibilities of obtaining a grant or not for assistance in any way. So you will see scholarship funded by Erasmus Plus program, Erasmus Mundus scholarship. They tell you the Erasmus Mundus Joint Bachelor degree in no risk possesses various forms of student scholarships, namely the Erasmus Plus, Consortium Scholarship, and the Associated Partners Scholarship. There's a difference between consortium and associated program partners. Consortium are the 3 universities or 4 universities or 10 universities that have joined together to take to take on the responsibility of teaching you the program throughout the academic year. The associated partners here come to the fact that maybe there are companies or any other organization that is that has opted to assist in in the training of the students in this program. And so you would want to look at that as well. So you understand how the funding goes and how uh, This will be the consortium scholarships. They have explained everything. You have to read everything from one word, one letter to another, one word to another, and one space between each word to another. Yeah, so that's it. Mm. Let me go out from here and let me take an example with another program which I know will also explain so many details. It's this program called Global Markets. I want to explain a certain detail in that program, and that most programs will also have. Okay, again, first you look at the funding availability. Is there okay? The end date is in 2030, so the last year when they will open this program for that it will allow students to apply for this program will be in 2028 because this program is a 2 years program. So mm, the end date 2030 will be the last year of the last score. For example, okay, you have 2024, 2025. That's the first masters. That's the first cohort. They call it cohort, like a batch. We call it Cameroon batch. This is the first batch, second batch, and all of that. Okay, that's the first batch for this. That's the first call for this program. Um, for this funding availability, yes. 2024, 2025. Um, if it's 2 years, we have 2024 to 2026. So those on full scholarship, please, a moment again, just a moment, just a moment. Good. Okay, I'm back in. Mm, great. But please don't mind that sometimes it gets cut. I am using Google Scholar and Google Meet, and I'm doing a meeting with myself. So that's just the issue, but it's not a problem. Yeah. So I was explaining here, we have 2 years, 2024, 2020 to 2026. That's 2 years. They will open another call for 2025, 2027. And they will open another call 2026 to 2028. And they will open another call for 2027 to 2029. And they will open another call from 2028 to 2030. But they won't open another call for 2029 because if you open a call in 2029 and the program is 2 years, they will end in 2031. And there's no funding for 2030 to 2031. The funding ends in 2030. So that's that's how it is. And this is the amount that they have granted for this program, 4.9 million euros. Good. One thing that I want to explain in this program is that it clearly it shows you how that there are tracks in the program. Okay, let's dive in here. The local program, they will tell you what it's all about. Yes, and then course module and structure. Okay, to understand how the program is done, you go to what understand what the program is all about and understand very well how it's done. So here it's telling you first mobility, um, University of Glasgow tracks A to G. So in this program, there are actually 8 tracks. What is a track? A track is um, like when you are studying, most of you have studied from in your bachelor's, and usually you have a general entry into the program, like year one, year two, and year three, and then maybe in the fourth year, or maybe even in the third year, you already start looking at different aspects, or you start focusing on different aspects of your program. For example, in civil engineering, some other people may start getting into geotechnical engineering. Some others may get directly into environmental engineering. Others may divert into architecture. Some others may get into what, structural engineering, and it's just the same thing here. So this program says what? These are the different tracks of the program. First track is um, they have mentioned most of the tracks there. So you have to go through the program. This is mostly for those who are in the social with the degrees in the social science background. I mean this program. But in all programs, in almost all programs, you will hear of them talking about the that most of these tracks will start in the second semester or in the third semester, and they will tell you that okay, by this semester you will be divided into tracks, and that you are required to choose. And most often, you are even asked already at the moment of writing your uh, motivation letter. You are told to choose which track you will be going in for and explain why you will want that track. So it's very important to understand how it is being done, what it's all about, and all the like. Yes. So the study tracks. So you see here they already tell you acceptable academic backgrounds. These are the different people that are accepted to go to apply for these programs if they have these degrees in their bachelors. So that's it. So the study tracks, good. They have listed them here. Track A. The track is in global history and creative industries. Track B, global markets and development. Track C, sustainable business development. Track D, industrial dynamics and sustainability. Track E, industrial institutional change and creative industries. Track F, global political economy. Track G, track H, track I. So that's how this program has been designed with different tracks. Yes, it's quite unique that you will see 8 different tracks in this kind of program. But in other programs, you will also see most of this. This is a concept that makes it easier to bring in many people from different backgrounds, because that's why I said in the first webinar that all these Erasmus programs are usually what we call are interdisciplinary. Very important. So that's it. Uh, what have I not mentioned already? So please, I'm sorry. I would have loved to make videos on many other programs and look at how the program is mentioned or the like, but it may not be possible. I think I jumped the issue of the English proficiency. I think with now it's also good to read the frequently asked questions. Okay. Um, okay. Language requirements. Why do I need fluency here? They will explain what are the language requirements. Okay. They will now. It's not always in the frequently asked questions that you will find this. Sometimes you okay. Uh, Sorry, I got cut again. This time it was quite different. Mm, so I was saying that it is not always in the frequently asked questions section that you will find the language requirement section, but always go to each page, as I've already said. Always go to each section, all the sections, and understand. In the language requirements, you will be given which tests you can take. You will be told which ones you can take, um, and you read through, and you may find a sentence that tells you if you have been um, if you have gone through any English school, English studies during your schools, then you can only take a certificate from the university for them to send it, and then they will give, and then you upload it. So that's it. But in general, go through each information. That's the basic information. Yes. Uh, so I think with that being said, that will be uh, all for this session. And I will go back. So we have gone